Picture a truck stop parking lot at 1 a.m. 50 rigs parked nose to tail under sodium lights, engines humming. Curtains drawn across every windshield. Somewhere in one of those cabs, a driver is asleep, fully dressed, boots still laced. Not because he forgot to take them off, not because he's too tired to bother, because taking them off is the one thing every experienced driver tells you never to do. To an outsider, that looks like paranoia. A grown man sleeping in his boots in a locked truck in a guarded lot with security cameras overhead. But this isn't fear. It's a habit built from decades of hard lessons. And once you understand why, you'll never look at a sleeping trucker the same way again. There are 3 things you need to understand here: why the boots stay on, what's actually being protected, and the part that surprises even people who've been in this industry for years. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the most obvious comfort in trucking, just kicking your boots off at the end of a long day, is something a huge number of drivers deliberately refuse to do. The first thing most people assume is that this is about comfort, or maybe just a driver being too exhausted to bother untying his laces after a 14-hour day. That's not it. Ask any driver why the boots stay on, and the answer has almost nothing to do with tired feet. It has to do with a single number every trucker carries in the back of their mind: how many seconds it takes to get out of that cab. A driver in socks stepping onto icy asphalt, fumbling for boots in the dark, is a driver who is already lost. The entire habit exists because of what might be waiting on the other side of that door, and how little time there sometimes is to react to it. Which brings us to the real reason. And it isn't the weather, it's what's parked in that lot with him. The obvious fix seems simple enough: lock the cab. Modern trucks have keyless entry, alarm systems, sometimes even cameras covering the exterior. Problem solved, right? Just sleep like anyone else. Except it isn't that simple. A truck stop isn't a gated community. It's an open lot, often unfenced, sitting just off the interstate with drivers cycling through 24 hours a day. Cargo theft is one of the most persistent and costly problems in American freight. Trailers packed with electronics, pharmaceuticals, or retail goods sitting unattended for hours at a time, often worth more than the truck pulling them. Thieves know the pattern as well as any dispatcher. They know which lots are poorly lit, which don't have night security, and which trailers are sitting disconnected from a tractor with nobody watching. A locked cab door does nothing to stop someone from working on the trailer behind it. So the driver isn't just protecting himself, he's the last line of defense for a load that isn't his, but is absolutely his responsibility for every hour it's in his possession. And that's the first reason the boots stay on. If something happens at the trailer in the middle of the night, a strange noise, a flashlight beam where there shouldn't be one, someone testing the locks, the driver needs to be moving in seconds, not scrambling for footwear in the dark. But trailer theft isn't the only thing driving this habit. There's a second, more immediate reason. And it's one most people outside the industry have never even considered. Here's what almost nobody thinks about. A truck stop at 2 a.m. is one of the only places in America where total strangers, exhausted from days on the road, park within a few feet of each other in the dark, night after night, with no security walking the rows. Most nights nothing happens, but drivers talk to each other, and the stories that circulate aren't about theft. They're about people testing door handles, knocking on cabs in the middle of the night with a story about needing gas money, someone walking the rows a little too slowly, a little too late. None of this is common, but it doesn't have to be common to change behavior. It just has to happen often enough that every driver eventually hears it from someone they trust. And here's the part that reframes everything. For a driver who is alone, parked in an unfamiliar lot, hundreds of miles from anyone who knows them, the calculation isn't how likely is this? It's what does it cost me to be ready anyway? Boots on costs nothing. Boots off in the one situation where seconds matter could cost everything. So drivers built a habit around the worst-case scenario, not the average night. That's not paranoia. That's the same logic behind a seatbelt. You don't wear it because you expect the crash. You wear it because the cost of being wrong is too high to leave to chance. If you're finding the hidden discipline behind life on the road as fascinating as we do, take a second to hit like and subscribe. It genuinely helps more people find this channel. And speaking of discipline, there's a whole system built around this habit that most people never notice. Once you know to look for it, the boots on habit isn't isolated. It's one piece of a much bigger set of quiet routines experienced drivers build into every single night on the road. Keys stay within arm's reach of the bunk, never in a jacket hanging by the door. Phones stay charged and next to the pillow, not plugged in across the cab. Many drivers keep a flashlight mounted where they can grab it without sitting up. Curtains between the cab and sleeper stay closed not just for warmth, but so nobody walking past can see the bunk is occupied. None of these are dramatic. Individually, they look like small habits. Together, they form something closer to a routine a soldier or a night shift security guard would recognize instantly, minimize your reaction time, reduce what a stranger can see, and never let comfort cost you your only advantage, knowing the layout of your own space in the dark. Experienced drivers don't think of this as fear, they think of it as professionalism. The same way a pilot runs a checklist every single flight, even after 10,000 hours in the air, a driver runs this same low-level readiness every single night, whether anything happens or not. So picture that same truck stop again. 50 rigs, sodium lights, a driver asleep in his boots. It doesn't look like paranoia anymore, does it? It looks like a person who has spent years learning exactly what can go wrong on the road and built a habit that costs him nothing on a quiet night and could save everything on the one night it isn't quiet. He's not waiting for something bad to happen. He's making sure that if it does, it isn't the 10 seconds spent looking for his boots that decides how the night goes. Now I want to hear from you. If you drive for a living, what's the one habit you never break at a truck stop, no matter how tired you are? And if you've never spent a night in a truck cab, be honest, would you have guessed this was the reason? Drop it in the comments. I read everyone. If you learned something today, hit that like button. It helps more people find this channel. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. I'll see you down the road.